Hey everybody, it's Elijah here. I wanted to make this video for anybody who's looking to liquid micro taper the benzodiazepine. With benzos, there's quite a few out there, as you all know. Ativan, Klonopin, Xanax, Valium, you name it. The way I currently taper my benzo is I do a liquid micro taper. It's very smooth, pretty much symptom-free for me. Before I show you, certain benzos can be very difficult to liquid micro taper. Those could be Xanax, extended release benzos, and the ones with the very short half-lives and short acting. So what I do is I crossed over to Valium, which for me has been a complete lifesaver. So I'm going to show you how to liquid micro taper a benzo. So let's say you are taking 15 milligrams of Valium. In this case, you got 5 milligrams in the morning, 5 milligrams in the afternoon, and 5 milligrams at bedtime. What I'm currently doing is I'm tapering my PM dose using a liquid micro taper. For the morning, I still take my full dose, and at nighttime, I still take my full dose in pill form. And I'm just focused on the afternoon dose. I'm currently not taking a whole pill anymore. I'm down to quite a bit, but I'm going to show you an example of what I do. So the first part of this taper is I'm going to get a measuring cup. And this measuring cup is 300 milliliters of water. Okay? I know the camera angle is kind of weird. And what you're going to want to do is get a cup or something that you can seal very well. And I made a marker here to where 300 milliliters is. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to move these meds out. I'm going to take off the lid of this, and I am going to fill my water up to the line that I made on the jar. And on this jar, it lines up perfectly with 300 milliliters of water. So let's say you're taking a morning dose, an afternoon dose, and a bedtime dose. And a lot of people don't take this many doses of Valium because it's long half-life, but this is just an example. So let's say I'm only tapering my afternoon dose. What I am going to do, I'm going to take my afternoon dose, drop it into the water here, and we're just going to let it dissolve in the dish a little bit here. And the particles are going to slowly break up. So you put the pill in the mason jar. I'm going to put on the lid. Make sure it's nice and sealed. And I'm going to shake it. So all the particles are evenly distributed. And everything should be evenly distributed. Now, some pills you have to remember are going to take a while to dissolve, which can be normal. But just let it dissolve, let it get to an even distributed quantity in there. So if I want to taper this 5 milligram Valium pill, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a syringe, and I have a 10 milliliter syringe, and I'm going to pull up all the liquid. This is what I do. And let's zoom in here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to squeeze in liquid. So I only have 1 milliliter of liquid left. And if you get a bubble in there like this, you can give it a little shake again. And now we're bubble free at 1 milliliter. So what I'm gonna do is I took out 1 milliliter out of 300, and I'm gonna discard that. Once that is done, I usually give it one nice little shake again. Then from there, I will drink this. So once you've taken out your 1 milliliter of your medication using a syringe, you're gonna drink this. And I'm not gonna drink this because I already took my medicine for the day, but you drink this all down. So I'm gonna pour it out. And once you're done drinking it, what you need to understand is there are leftover particles in here, and you want those. So I take a little bit of water and I pour it in. You don't have to be liberal or conservative about the water, just some water. And I just shake it to get the particles that are still in there in the water. And then I would drink that. And then I would be done for my first taper. The next day, I'll take out 2 milliliters of water and discard it. The day after that, I'll take out 3 milliliters, and then the following day, 4 milliliters, and then the next day after that, 5 milliliters, and so on. And what this does, this is a gradual taper that's much easier on your nervous system. And sometimes during this taper, you can slow down, you can speed it up a little bit if you want to by taking out 2 milliliters a day. But this lets your body heal at a rate of your taper. Because if you taper too fast, it doesn't give your body enough time to really heal properly or catch up to those reductions. So I'm tapering slow enough to where my body really doesn't notice, and it gets used to the reductions pretty quick. So as I was saying, I use 300 milliliters of water, which I marked already on my mason jar. And if I'm starting my taper, on day 1, I would remove 1 milliliter of water. Then on day 2, I would remove 2 milliliters of water. And on day 3, I would move 3 milliliters of water, and so on. And that's really great because it lets you taper at a pace that gives your body enough time to adjust, and it makes it so much smoother. There are a lot of medications that cannot dissolve easily or properly. And you can find information about that or ask about that in Facebook groups such as Beating Benzos or benzobuddies.org, or just search the internet on how to dissolve your specific benzo. There are ones that are very difficult, and I would not recommend water tapering them, such as extended release Xanax and some other short half-life benzos. But that's a personal decision. I just find that a longer acting benzo, such as Valium, is really great in my situation because its half-life is so long and I can still function normally. If I was making big cuts and holding, I don't think I would be that great, believe it or not. The water taper has been a godsend for me. It works. It works completely and amazingly. And I have my days, but they're nothing compared to dry cutting and making big cuts and going down. And at this pace, I'm fully functional, working a full-time job, living life. And in the back of my head, I keep track of all that and how much I've tapered. I've tapered 75% of my dose already, pretty much symptom-free. And it's been absolutely great, and I never thought I could do it. That was due to the liquid micro taper because it works. So that is the video. on how to do a liquid micro taper of your benzo. Just remember, stay strong, stay firm, and keep positive because you will get through this. This is only a temporary inconvenience that we're all going through together. And remember, we're all a big family going through this process. I hope this really helps you as it's helped me tremendously. Just keep strong, keep fighting, because you will get through this. And there is one thing I've learned in the military. Pain is weakness leaving the body. So I know whenever I feel the pain, I know my body's healing, going back to homeostasis, which gives me hope and positivity. So keep strong and keep positive and keep happy.